Hi, I'm Scott Goldsmith. I live in downtown Jersey City, one block from the proposed pipeline. Under the Turnpike extension, which is an elevated highway that leads into the Holland Tunnel. I'm also where the path line comes out and starts going above ground. And there's also a Conrail, I guess it's a cargo line right behind where I live. So I have, obviously a lot of personal interest. I also probably wouldn't move if this development came about. My wife is pregnant. Anyway, I feel like we've gone through the internet boom, which a lot of us saw, and there's a lot of investment and work done and this great excitement. And then when we had, the failure of it, and a lot of it dropped and fell to the ground, and there were a lot of mistakes made. Then we had this huge real estate boom. And it got very exciting, and people made a lot of money off it, and that tanked. And of course, the financial industry went down with it. And along with all these activities, we saw a lot of mistakes made in the rush to make a lot of money. And now I feel like we're in this Marcellus Shale boom. Spectre is here because of the Marcellus Shale boom, where they're pumping chemicals into the ground, which will eventually pollute the water, will come to this area, come to New York City, and that's a mistake. Then we have the pipeline issue. Because of the potential profit, where all these companies are competing to build the largest pipeline, the best pipeline, the most efficient pipeline, to make more money in the rush to just take another boom, and everyone's fighting over this, they are going to make mistakes. And the federal government, I appreciate you being here, but you guys, in a lot of ways, just like the SEC, you missed Madoff, the SEC missed the financial boom, and everyone kept saying, how could Lehman Brothers do what they did? Why did they do it? It was so obvious, all the risks they were taking. And I feel like the Spectre 5 here, sitting in the front row, in many ways, is a preview of the future congressional panel when there's a big mistake, there's a big boom in this area. These five are going to be sitting in front of Congress, and people are going to be asking Spectre, why did you do this? Why did you put a high-pressure, high-volume gas pipeline next to the PATH train, next to the Holland Tunnel, next to the transit, next to an elevated highway, which is a huge exit point in an emergency out of this area? Why did you do this? This doesn't make any sense. You're giving the terrorists an explosive bomb on a silver platter. It makes no sense whatsoever. And they will sit there and say, well, I don't know, I guess looking back, maybe it wasn't the right decision. Our executives, who of course will be disappearing by that point and, won't be around to answer questions. They told me to do this. They told me to come to Jersey City and sell the city on the pipeline. They told me to write this letter to FERC, selling FERC that this was a great idea, even though I knew that it was a terrible, terrible idea, dangerous, a temptation to terrorists. We're going to have all the plans, written out for them. We just had someone trying to blow up JFK through a gas pipeline. The Spectre just had a pipeline blow up in Texas. This makes no sense whatsoever. I hope this doesn't happen. This is a terrible, terrible idea. I hope we all take a step back and realize this is another high-speed train to a disaster. So thank you very much, and obviously I'm against the pipeline.